Sonic the Hedgehog. Today we discuss about Introduction, Platform, Storyline and Popularity. Origin. Sonic the Hedgehog is a fictional character and video game franchise created by Sega. The character's creation was a response to Sega's desire to create a flagship mascot to rival Nintendo's Mario. Sonic was designed to embody speed, a key characteristic in contrast to Mario's more methodical gameplay. Here's a brief overview of Sonic's origin. Creation and debut. Sonic the Hedgehog was created by a team of Sega developers, with artist Naoto Oshima playing a significant role in designing the character's iconic blue look. Sonic made his first appearance in the video game Sonic the Hedgehog, released for the Sega Genesis, known as the Mega Drive outside North America, on June 23, 1991. Character design. Sonic's design was inspired by the concept of speed and his ability to roll into a ball to attack enemies. His blue color was chosen to match Sega's logo, and his red shoes were influenced by Michael Jackson's Bad album cover. Sonic's confident and rebellious personality also set him apart from other video game characters of the time. Gameplay and concept. The original Sonic the Hedgehog game introduced players to Sonic's world, where he raced through loop-de-loops, collected rings, and thwarted the plans of the villainous Dr. Robotnik, also known as Dr. Eggman. The game's focus on speed and fluid movement was a departure from many platformers of the era. Success and legacy. Sonic's debut game was a massive success, contributing to the Sega Genesis's popularity and establishing Sonic as a viable rival to Nintendo's Mario. This success led to a series of sequels, spin-offs, merchandise, and adaptations across various media. Evolution and adaptations. Over the years, Sonic's design evolved, and he became a beloved and recognizable character in the gaming world. The franchise expanded to include various genres, including platformers, racing games, and more. Cultural impact. Sonic's popularity extended beyond gaming, with the character's likeness appearing in cartoons, comics, and even a live-action/CGI film adaptation released in 2020. Diversity. Sonic the Hedgehog, as a video game franchise, features a diverse cast of characters that come from different backgrounds, species, and personalities. This diversity contributes to the rich storytelling and gameplay experiences found within the Sonic universe. Here's an overview of the diversity within the Sonic franchise. Species diversity. The Sonic universe is populated by a wide variety of species, ranging from anthropomorphic animals like Sonic himself, a hedgehog, to other animals like Tails, a fox, Knuckles, an echidna, Amy, a hedgehog, and more. Each character brings unique abilities and characteristics to the gameplay. Heroic and villainous characters. The franchise showcases characters with diverse motivations and roles. Sonic and his friends often team up to thwart the evil plans of villains like Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, Metal Sonic, and others. This dynamic between heroes and villains adds depth to the storytelling. Character personalities. The characters in the Sonic franchise have distinct personalities that contribute to the diversity of interactions and relationships. Sonic is known for his confident and adventurous nature, while Tails is characterized by his technical expertise and loyalty. Knuckles brings a sense of determination and responsibility, and Amy adds elements of courage and determination. Cultural representation. While the Sonic franchise doesn't necessarily focus heavily on real-world cultural representation, the characters' designs and interactions reflect various personalities and backgrounds. Additionally, the franchise's international popularity means it has reached and resonated with players from diverse cultural backgrounds around the world. Gender diversity. Sonic the Hedgehog features both male and female characters in prominent roles. Characters like Amy Rose and Rouge the Bat contribute to the diversity of the franchise in terms of gender representation. Expanding the universe. The Sonic franchise has expanded beyond video games to other media, such as animated shows, comics, and more. These adaptations have allowed for further exploration of characters and their stories, contributing to a more diverse and nuanced universe. Inspiration. The creation and development of Sonic the Hedgehog drew inspiration from various sources, combining elements of design, gameplay, and cultural influences to shape the iconic character and franchise. Here are some key sources of inspiration for Sonic. Need for Speed. The primary inspiration for Sonic was the desire to create a character who could convey a sense of speed in video games. The development team at Sega wanted a mascot that would stand out from the slower-paced platformers of the time, and this led to Sonic's distinctive ability to run at high speeds. Mascot rivalry. Sonic was designed to rival Nintendo's mascot, Mario. Sega aimed to create a character with a unique personality and design that could compete with the popularity of Mario. Sonic's confident and rebellious attitude set him apart from other characters in the gaming world. Animal anthropomorphism. Sonic's design draws inspiration from anthropomorphic animal characters found in animation and comics. The idea of giving animals human-like qualities and abilities contributed to Sonic's distinct appearance and relatable personality. Michael Jackson influence. The design of Sonic's red shoes was influenced by Michael Jackson's Bad album cover, featuring the singer's red and white sneakers. Sonic's attitude and style were also said to be inspired by Michael Jackson's stage presence. Pinball gameplay. Sonic's ball-like shape when rolling into a spin was inspired by pinball physics. This design choice not only added a unique element to Sonic's movement but also influenced the level design, with loop-de-loops and ramps reminiscent of pinball tables. Japanese and Western elements. Sonic's creation combined both Japanese and Western influences. His expressive design, colorful world, and fast-paced gameplay appealed to Western audiences, while his anime-inspired appearance resonated with Japanese players. Innovation in gameplay. Sonic's gameplay was designed to provide a sense of momentum and flow. The level design encouraged players to maintain their speed and explore alternative paths, deviating from the slower-paced platformers of the time. Nature and environment. Sonic's world is filled with lush environments, loops, and corkscrews inspired by elements of nature and amusement parks. The bright and colorful landscapes contribute to the franchise's energetic and engaging atmosphere, music and sound. Sonic games are known for their memorable music and sound effects. The catchy tunes and energetic melodies not only enhance gameplay but also contribute to the franchise's distinct identity. Evolution and adaptation. Over the years, Sonic's inspiration has evolved as the franchise expanded into different genres and media. New characters, stories, and gameplay mechanics have been introduced, each drawing inspiration from the changing landscape of gaming. First gaming console released. The first gaming console on which Sonic the Hedgehog games were released is the Sega Genesis, also known as the Sega Mega Drive outside of North America. Sonic the Hedgehog was created as a flagship franchise for Sega's new console to compete with Nintendo's Mario. The first Sonic game, simply titled Sonic the Hedgehog, was released in 1991 for the Sega Genesis. This game introduced players to the speedy blue hedgehog and his world, and it was a critical and commercial success. Here is a list of the main Sonic the Hedgehog games released for the Sega Genesis/Mega Drive. Sonic the Hedgehog, 1991, the original game that started it all. Players control Sonic as he races through various zones to thwart the plans of Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, and save his animal friends. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 1992, the sequel introduced Sonic's sidekick, Tails, and expanded the gameplay with new features like the spin dash. The game also introduced the Chaos Emeralds as collectibles. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, 1994, this installment continued Sonic's adventures with new levels and the ability to play as Knuckles. It also introduced the lock-on technology that allowed players to combine the game with. How to first-generation Sega console SG-1000. While Sonic the Hedgehog is closely associated with Sega, it's important to note that the SG-1000, which was released in 1983, predates the creation of the Sonic franchise by several years. The first Sonic game was released in 1991 for the Sega Genesis, known as the Mega Drive outside North America. The SG-1000 console itself doesn't have a direct relationship with the Sonic franchise. Sonic the Hedgehog was introduced as Sega's flagship mascot to compete with Nintendo's Mario. The character was specifically designed to take advantage of the Sega Genesis's hardware capabilities, including its speed and processing power. However, the success and experience gained from the earlier consoles, including the SG-1000, likely contributed to Sega's evolution as a gaming company. The lessons learned from the SG-1000 and subsequent consoles helped shape Sega's strategy and approach when creating the Sega Genesis and, consequently, the platform on which Sonic the Hedgehog would become a gaming icon. In summary, while the SG-1000 and Sonic the Hedgehog are part of Sega's history, they are separated by a significant gap in time, and the SG-1000 itself did not directly lead to the creation of the Sonic franchise. How many copy released Sonic the Hedgehog? The exact number of copies of the original Sonic the Hedgehog game released for the Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, is not readily available due to variations in regional releases, re-releases, and the passage of time. Additionally, official sales figures from the early 1990s may not be as comprehensive as modern data. However, Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis is known to have been a massive commercial success and a critical hit. It played a significant role in establishing Sonic as a prominent character and Sega as a strong contender in the console market, challenging Nintendo's dominance. To give you an idea of the success, Sonic the Hedgehog was bundled with the Sega Genesis in North America, which further boosted its distribution and popularity. The game sold over 15 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling games on the Sega Genesis platform. It received positive reviews from critics and players alike, praising its fast-paced gameplay, vibrant graphics, and memorable soundtrack. As for the entire Sonic franchise, including sequels, spin-offs, and adaptations across various platforms, the number of copies sold for all Sonic games combined is in the hundreds of millions. Explain game storyline. The original Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, was released in 1991 and introduced players to the world of Sonic and the conflict between Sonic and the villainous Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman. Here's a summary of the game's storyline. Plot overview. In the peaceful land of South Island, the animal inhabitants live harmoniously under the care of the benevolent Dr. Kintobor. However, Dr. Robotnik, a malevolent scientist with a penchant for robotics and machines, turns evil and desires to dominate the island by turning its animals into robotic slaves. He steals the powerful Chaos Emeralds to achieve his goals. Gameplay and story integration. The game follows Sonic, a super-fast blue hedgehog with the ability to curl into a spin and dash through enemies and obstacles. Sonic embarks on a mission to free his animal friends and thwart Dr. Robotnik's plans. In-game story progression. The game is divided into multiple zones, each consisting of 3 acts. As Sonic progresses through the zones, he collects rings, defeats robotic enemies, and frees his captive animal friends. The ultimate goal of each act is to reach the end of the zone and confront a Robotnik boss at the end of the 3rd act. Rescue and Chaos Emeralds. Sonic's main objective is to rescue the animal inhabitants and collect Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds are powerful gemstones that hold immense energy and play a significant role in the game's lore. Final showdown. As Sonic traverses the zones, he ultimately confronts Dr. Robotnik and his robotic creations, which become increasingly challenging with each encounter. The climactic battle takes place in Robotnik's lair, known as the Scrap Brain Zone. Game conclusion. Upon defeating Robotnik and his mechanical contraptions, Sonic saves South Island's animals and prevents Robotnik from using the Chaos Emeralds to achieve his nefarious plans. The animals are freed from their robotic prisons, and peace is restored to the land. The game ends with Sonic celebrating his victory, and players are treated to a triumphant conclusion. Storytelling in gameplay. The storyline of the original Sonic the Hedgehog game is relatively simple and is primarily conveyed through the game's introductory screen, ending sequences, and the events that occurred during gameplay. While the focus of the game is on fast-paced platforming and action, the basic narrative elements provide context for Sonic's mission and his rivalry with Dr. Robotnik. It's important to note that subsequent games in the Sonic franchise have expanded on the lore. Popularity. Sonic the Hedgehog is undeniably one of the most popular and recognizable video game franchises in the world. Since its debut in 1991, Sonic has captured the hearts of gamers and has become an enduring cultural icon. Here's a glimpse into Sonic's popularity. Early success. The original Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Sega Genesis was a massive hit. Its fast-paced gameplay, innovative level design, and memorable character design set it apart from other platformers of the time. Sonic's popularity quickly soared, and he became Sega's mascot. Character design and personality. Sonic's design, with his distinctive blue color, red shoes, and confident attitude, helped him stand out. His cool and rebellious personality resonated with players and contributed to his popularity. Console wars. The rivalry between Sega and Nintendo during the 1990s, often referred to as the console wars, further fueled Sonic's popularity. The competition between Sonic and Nintendo's Mario was a central aspect of this rivalry. Diverse gameplay. The Sonic franchise has explored various gameplay styles, from traditional platformers to racing games and more. This diversity has kept the franchise fresh and appealing to different types of players. Expanding media. Sonic's popularity extended beyond video games to other media, including animated TV shows, comics, toys, and merchandise. The Sonic the Hedgehog animated TV series in the 1990s introduced Sonic to a wider audience. Community engagement. Sonic fans are known for their passionate engagement with the franchise. Fan art, fan fiction, and online discussions have contributed to a strong sense of community around Sonic. Evolution and adaptation. Sonic has evolved over the years to stay relevant while retaining his core characteristics. New games, character additions, and updated designs have kept fans engaged. Nostalgia factor. Sonic's longevity has led to a strong sense of nostalgia among players who grew up with the character. Re-releases and anniversary celebrations tap into this nostalgia. Global appeal. Sonic's design and universality have made him popular worldwide, transcending cultural and language barriers. Enduring icon. Sonic's legacy continues with new games, media adaptations, and collaborations. The franchise's ability to continually evolve while maintaining its core appeal has contributed to Sonic's continued popularity. From video games to cartoons, comics, and beyond, Sonic the Hedgehog's impact on popular culture and the gaming industry is immense. His status as a beloved and iconic character is a testament to his enduring popularity and timeless appeal. Thanks for watching.